Thanks everyone, we're outside of Palm Springs in the beautiful California desert with a British vehicle. Yes, this is the brand new Jaguar F-Type. It's been refreshed for 2021 and it now has some design changes, but it also has something called quiet start mode, which means that when you're in your driveway at 6 o'clock in the morning starting up your vehicle, it doesn't wake up your neighbors. I want my car to wake up my neighbors. The history of the Jaguar F-Type is quite a rich history. 2013 is when it first appeared on the streets of North America and the United Kingdom. This vehicle was a successor to the XK, but they wanted something a little shorter, a little smaller, and that's what they got with the F-Type. It's a spiritual successor to the very famous E-Type. The first time the F-Type name was actually used was on a concept in 1982. However, it had nothing to do with this modern car. Do you remember that Jaguar started as Swallow sidecars? They started making sidecars for motorcycles. And in the many years that they've been making performance sports cars, they've done an amazing job at giving many people thrills. The F-Type is everything I remember once you get behind the wheel. This vehicle is a stellar performer. If you put it in the R dynamic mode, you can actually get it 0 to 60 miles an hour in under 5 seconds. And the sound it makes is absolutely tremendous. Who doesn't love every ounce of that? Exterior design of the new F-Type includes some more aggressive, modern, chiseled looks, including a new hood and new positioning of the air vents. The new grille harkens back to the original Jaguar feeling and design of the vehicle. It has new headlights. They are LEDs with the double J daytime running lights in them. Unique bumper, but at the back there's a telltale sign to know which engine size you have. New taillights at the back with new graphics on the inside set the standard for the Jaguar family, but there's a key piece of information here at the back where you can just look at the vehicle and know what engine size it has. The 4-cylinder has just one tailpipe, the V8 actually has 2 tailpipes, and the V6, which is the P380, has 2 tailpipes. So I guess we have a P380. New for 2021, the seat headrests get an embossed Jaguar symbol. There are Meridian speakers behind the seats and all throughout the cabin as well, but it's a 2-seater with very little cargo space. The cargo space that you do have in this vehicle is actually in the trunk, and there is a difference between the hard and the soft top. In the hard top, you get about 14.3 cubic feet of space. In the soft top, it's just over 7 cubic feet. So child's golf clubs, maybe? Jaguar have never had a problem with the elegance of their vehicles, but they've upped the elegance level for 2021. Now we have slim seats in this vehicle. If you look around it, there's a lot of really nice materials used, including some Windsor leather as well. A new gear shifter here to give it a more sporty look when you're changing gears. And the best part of the vehicle for me is when you push the start button, which is a throbbing heartbeat, it now deploys the new vents right above the infotainment screen. The tech leaps forward in the 2021 F-Type. You have the 10-inch screen, the infotainment screen in the middle here, but in front of the driver, an increased screen size, 12.3 inches. No analog gauges. Now it's a digital display screen with absolutely everything the driver could possibly want on it, including some navigation hints. As well, you get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Those are a must for any driver who wants to go on a weekend getaway. When it comes to safety, Jaguar, of course, have plenty of safety features in this vehicle. The one interesting thing is they've been making their vehicles out of aluminum for many years now, which is interesting to note that Tata, who own Jaguar, are actually the biggest steel producer in India. I wonder who made that phone call to Mr. Tata telling him they were going to make his Jaguars out of aluminium. So what's the competition for the brand new Jaguar F-Type for 2021? There's 5 vehicles that I would consider to be in the class, but not really direct competitors. There's the Cayman and the Boxster from Porsche, there is the Corvette along with BMW's 8 Series, and then from Japan, the Lexus LC500. But it's almost like the F-Type is in a class of its own. Nice clamshell hood hides the engine in the new F-Type, and there are 3 different engine choices. You can start with a 4-cylinder 296 horsepower, which is turbocharged, jump up to the V6, which is this engine here, the P380, and in fact it has 380 horsepower, and then you can jump up to the big boy, the V8, and the V8 actually has 575 horsepower in the R. Now both the V6 and V8 are supercharged. When we talk about fuel economy, it's about 20 miles a gallon, 22 on average, but if you have it in dynamic mode, which is how I drive, you can throw that out the window.
I'm Nik Miles.